If you are shopping for a pink or peach engagement ring, you ran into the two stones almost immediately: Morganite and Sapphire. Morganites give you that soft peach, salmon, or pink look for a friendly price. Sapphires can look similar but usually cost more. So the real question is this: are you paying more for something that matters, or are you just paying for the sapphire name? Today we are comparing those two stones across the colors buyers actually care about: peach, salmon, and pink, how they are looking in real life, how they hold up to the daily wear, what drives the prices, and which one would you choose. Here's the short version. Morganite often wins the first impression. Sapphire usually wins the long-term decision, but the right choice depends on the color you actually want. Quick basis: Morganite is the pink to orange-pink variety of beryl, the same mineral family as aquamarine and the emerald. Its colors comes from the manganese, which gives it soft pink or peach tone. It's warm, pastel, and romantic. Sapphire is corundum. Most people picture blue, but sapphires comes in many colors including pink, peach, orange pink, and at the rare end Padparadscha sapphires. I have a couple of videos on my channel about sapphires, check them out. For daily wear, sapphires is stronger material. Morganite sits around 7.5 to 8 on a Mohs scale, sapphire sits 9. Not a big gap, but still there is. That gaps matter because the engagement ring has the hardest job. It's worn every day against metal, countertops, door handles, bags, and just normal life in general. Peach Morganite versus peach sapphire. Let's start with the peach, probably the most common comparison. Peach Morganite has the very soft romantic look: blush peach, champagne pink, sometimes rose gold warmth. People love it because it's gentle and it doesn't demand attention. And for the money, Morganite often gives you larger center stone than the natural sapphire world. But here's the catch: even a well-saturated peach Morganite can look quieter in real life than it does in a close-up video, especially against the warm skin tone or rose gold. That's where the colors blend together rather than contrast. Peach sapphire usually has more color structure, still soft but more defined, leaning peach, apricot, or champagne. That structure helps it to hold a presence on the hand. Either way, don't buy the stone just because the listing says peach. A weak peach sapphire can look beige. A weak Morganite can look washed out. You need to see the actual stone, ideally on the hand, not on a white background photo. Next, salmon, and this is where it gets interesting. Morganite lives comfortably in the salmon to peach range. That warm sunset tone pink can feel antique and romantic, exactly the mood a lot of buyers are after. Sapphire has its own version of this color, and this is where the word Padparadscha starts showing up. Padparadscha is the rare and debated trade term for the sapphire in that delicate pink-orange to orangey-pink color world, traditionally associated with a lot of lotus flower color. It's one of the rarest sapphire colors there is. That's why you need to slow down here. Padparadscha sapphire can be genuinely beautiful and genuinely exciting, but not every peach or salmon sapphire is Padparadscha, and not every stone described in sunset language deserves that premium. If the price depends on that word, the lab report needs to back it up. Pink Morganite versus pink sapphire. Morganite can be pink, rose pink, violet pink, or even strong magenta. Stronger pink is generally more desirable in Morganite world, and GIA describes Morganite as almost always heat-treated to improve the pink color, usually by reducing yellow or orange tones. That's the standard practice, not a red flag, but it's worth knowing since it's norm rather than exception. Still, pink Morganite tends to have a softer personality overall. If you want a quieter, more delicate pink, that's strength. But if you want strong, saturated pink, pink sapphire usually wins. More saturation, more crispness, better long-term wear. The real light test. Don't judge either stone from a single perfect video. Look at them in open shade daylight, warm indoor light, direct sunlight if you can, and most importantly on the hand. Morganite can fade pale, blend into rose gold, or read more champagne than the pink itself. That's not automatically bad. Some people want that barely their color. Just choose it on purpose. Sapphire shifts too. A peach sapphire can lean more towards the orange, a salmon sapphire can look flatter indoor, a weak pink sapphire can look watery, and champagne peach sapphire can swing from the elegant to just beige. The real question isn't whether the stone looks pink in one perfect video, it's whether it looks beautiful in the light where she's actually going to wear it on a daily basis. Quick pause. If you're shopping for the engagement ring, check our playlist in the description below. It walks you through the key part of the process step by step so you can make a better decision with more confidence. I hope this is going to help you, and I would love to work together. Daily wear. This is where Sapphire pulls ahead. Morganite works fine in the jewelry, but compared to the Sapphire, it needs more care. Over time, a Morganite ring is more likely to show the surface wear. Small scratches, soft and facet edges, a duller look. That's almost where the cloudy Morganite complaints usually comes from. Often it's just built up from the soap, lotion, and daily oils, and good cleaning will fix that. But actual surface wear needs professional attention, not just cleaning itself. Sapphires is more forgiving. It's harder, tougher, and has no cleavage. For a ring worn every single day, that matters. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough: clarity. Morganite tends to grow as a large, relatively clean crystal, which is part of why eye-clear Morganite is so easy to find in the bigger sizes for a reasonable price. Fancy colored sapphires, especially pink, peach, salmon, is more likely to have visible inclusions as size goes up, some purely cosmetic, other affecting how light moves through the stone itself. So when comparing the Morganite and sapphire side to side, check clarity too, not just color and the size. Treatment and report. Heat treatment is the common for both stones. For Morganite, it's now a standard across most of the market, not a concern on its own. For sapphires, heat treatment is also widely accepted, but the report matters more as the price climbs, especially if the seller uses the words like untreated, Padparadscha, or rare origin. If those words driving the price, they need to be backed up on a paper, on the certificate. For a natural sapphire, get a report from the respected lab confirming it's natural and disclosing its treatment. Price and size. This is where Morganite makes its stronger case. It's less than the sapphire, so a 1 carat Morganite often look larger than a 1 carat sapphire and a similar cut, which is why you should compare millimeter sizes, not just the carat weight. To put the real numbers on it, for the stone I would actually consider for the custom engagement ring, natural Morganite is often around $100 to $800 per carat, with the sweet spot obviously in the middle somewhere. Price depends on color, saturation, clarity, size, and the cutting. Natural pink, peach, and salmon sapphire is a much wider range, roughly from $800 for very affordable stones all the way to $7,000 per carat for engagement ring quality stones, with fine Padparadscha type colors and treated stones and exceptional colors going higher. And I would also consider the lab-grown sapphires over here. All of those colors are available and often lands around $500 to $1,000 per carat, depending on a cut, color, size, and their sourcing. You can find the cheaper lab sapphires online, but I would not compare the cheapest listings to the stone selected for a serious custom ring. So it's really two different kinds of value. Morganite wins the size for the money, and the sapphires win the durability for the money. And the lab sapphire as the middle path. If you love the Morganite color world but you want fewer daily wear worries, lab sapphire is the first compromise I would look at. It's chemically identical to the natural sapphire, same hardness, same durability, but grows in the control lab instead of the mine, which is the whole reason it costs so much less. And again, I have the separate video about the lab sapphires, check it out. I want to mention though, it's not for everyone. Some buyers want a natural stone and nothing else. But if your priorities are color, size, durability, and the budget, lab sapphires check almost every box. Final choosing guide. Pick Morganite if you love softer peach, salmon, or delicate pink and want a large stones for the money. Know it needs more care over time, usually basil setting and few other things, not too much. Pick natural sapphire if this is the serious daily wear task, you know it's going to live a hard life, and you want better long-term wear, more color presence, and you comfortably paying more, as long as the reports support the price and you've checked the clarity along with the color. And finally, pick the lab sapphire if you want the Morganite mood with the sapphire durability and much better size to the price balance. For a lot of buyers, that's the smartest options on the table. If you have any other questions, please contact directly and I will be happy to answer. And thank you so much for watching.